2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We're the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Lots of enthusiasm around that presentation of the Star-Spangled Banner. And we've got plenty more coming up. Stay tuned.
It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Tonight, it'll be the New Orleans Pelicans up against the Houston Rockets at Toyota Center. And for Houston, 2 games into the season series against this team, they're tied at a game apiece, looking to grab the edge tonight. And behind the bench, we'll get to see Coach Alvin Gentry, one of the best offensive minds in the game, Shaq.
Yeah, I played for him briefly when I was in Phoenix, but when it comes to generating points, he understands how to put guys in positions to succeed.
Well, the numbers that Gentry's teams have put up can be staggering. He really knows how to get those schemes to those guys to get them open.
And now with tip-off coming up shortly, we go courtside to Kevin Harlan.
Seems like we've been here before. Yes, it is Groundhog Day. And we welcome you to this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And, of course, David Aldridge is joining us tonight from the sideline. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, we know Russell Westbrook is fearless on the court and with his sense of fashion. Growing up around Los Angeles, he said, I felt like every day was the first day of school. That's how it was the minute I woke up. And guys, he's starting to release his own lines of clothing and accessories. I have a couple in my closet. Back to you.
Influential with his taste for sure, David. Thank you. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Harden.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Zion is the 4, with Favors at the 5. Wall and Holiday combine at the guard spots. And it's Ingram and it's small forward. And for Houston, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Tucker and Capella are up front. And it's McLemore in at the 3. Some guys check the league standings every day. Others try to avoid it. What was your approach when you played?
Hey, I didn't look at them much because we were a team that was struggling, Kevin. We were just trying to find our way to being competitive back in the early 80s with the Pacers. So I never got to the point where we were a team that was looking at the standings daily. And I avoided the papers pretty much throughout my career just because, to me, was a bit of a waste of energy and time. I had more things to focus on than where we were in the standings and what people might be saying and writing about us.
And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ball game. Feeds to Williamson. Over Harden. That's good from Williamson on the assist by Holiday.
I'll tell you, the plus wingspan is part of what makes Williamson so difficult to defend.
For 3, Westbrook. Favors with the rebound. So Favors will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Got to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And the bench turned up in that one. Whatever they couldn't get from their starters, they got from the reserves.
Well, you know, you hear about the importance of having depth all the time, bench players that contribute. In last game, their bench came alive.
Here's Ball, following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Back to Ball. 4 on the shot clock. Williamson. Good work defensively by Capella. The Rockets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And here's Harden for 3. Cans it from downtown.
You know, the confidence Harden has in his three-point shot, especially that step back that he shoots, is just mind-boggling. He loves letting it fly from deep.
Now here is Holiday. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Memphis.
And he also looked to attack at the defensive end of the floor. 3 steals in that game.
Here's Ingram. It's a 5-point game. Here's Williamson, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Already finding his spots and capitalizing, playing really efficient basketball.
Harden against Holiday. 2 points. That one goes. Harden's got 5 now.
And the lefty Harden is confident shooting from anywhere. Lethal with that jump shot. Whether he's open or well guarded, he gets the job done.
Now here's Ball. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable. To the middle. Here's Favors. Good work defensively by Capella.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
And Greg, when you're discussing and comparing James Harden and what he's done these last few years, you have to do it on a very historic level.
He's going to go down as one of the best to ever play the game. His production is incredible, and the skill level really is groundbreaking. Easily the best off guard in the league.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him.
You know, no matter how you feel about James Harden, you've got to respect his love for the game. I mean, he absolutely lives and breathes basketball, and that passion has driven him to become the player he is today.
Harden hits them both. And Clark, last year Harden was quoted in saying, most players don't really love basketball.
Well, I don't know about most. That seems a bit extreme. Maybe he feels that they don't love it as much as he does, which certainly you could understand. But I can say that very few players have the drive and determination to improve their game the way Harden has. That's part of why he's been an MVP.
And here's Westbrook following the 3 from Drew Holiday.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, he just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
Here's Williamson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And maybe the most popular player to enter the league since social media became truly pervasive. Zion Williamson handles it with class. He really appreciates his teammates and his coaches and really respects the game.
And the first one drops. And talking to stars in this league, even they want to see what Williamson's going to do next.
Sure. We talk about the leaping ability at his size, the handles, the shot making. But what really stands out when you watch him live, the instincts. Being at the right place at the right time and always seeming to make the right play.
And so he hits both.
And Williamson, a kid that's likely to reach his full potential, very coachable, absorbs instruction well, and really implements it quickly.
Capella trying to free himself up. Basket good. Harden's got 9.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Favors. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Holiday, the pass to Ball. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. And once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
Here's Holiday. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now. To the paint, here's Williamson, and the dunk by Williamson.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
Holiday against Harden. Can't hit that one. Some solid defense from Ingram. Now here's Williamson. He's covered closely. Can't connect from short range. And here's Westbrook from the arc. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling. Off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Holiday against Harden. With the teardrop. And Holiday with the lay-in. Holiday's got his second basket of the game.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
Harden scanning the floor. And he uses the glass on the layup. He's got 11.
Strong start here early. 4 of his first 5 made.
Harden against Holiday. Shoots from the elbow, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Holiday's got 7. Houston leading by 5. Outside Westbrook. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And they are shooting the lights out from distance here early.
How do you stop this? I mean, it seems like they can't miss.
Ball dishes to Williamson. Ingram outside. Pass to Williamson. Over McLemore. And there's Williamson on the assist from Ingram. That's 10 points for Zion Williamson.
You know, he's got to be exasperated right now, fellas. I mean, playing excellent ball, but they're still losing.
Pass to McLemore. Capella trying to free himself up. Offensive rebound. And that one drops for him.
Attacking the rag to great effect.
And not hesitating at all to pound it inside here early.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Rockets.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
Mind the lane.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Houston making a switch here. House is checked in. Clark, you played the traditional power forward position in the NBA years you had back in the 80s at such a high level. Who's doing that right now?
Tell you what, the power forward position has changed so much, Kevin. These 4 men now are not really the enforcing type physical guys that we saw in the 80s and even 90s. They're agile, they're rim protectors, they're shot makers from deep, and guys like Anthony Davis and LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yes.
Man, I tell you, Anthony Davis goes to the top of my list in today's game.
Blake Griffin, another one with Detroit.
Yeah, good call.
A whole new cast of characters for the Pelicans. 3 promising first-round picks, Greg, and the young players acquired from the Lakers and veterans like Favors and Redick.
All of a sudden, a wealth of options for Alvin Gentry. Time will tell how they did in the AD trade, but seems like they're off to a nice start. And with a moment, let's check out the stats for Holiday. He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so, putting up about 22 points per, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. It's hard to wrap your head around numbers like these, but that is just what he delivers night in and night out.
You know, it's so easy for us to take him for granted, to get spoiled with what he does. I think we've got to be more appreciative of the kind of impact this man has in every game he plays.
And that one's good. House.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Pelicans trail by 12. And Holiday kicks to Hayes. Passes it to Hart. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Here's Williamson. And again, no good by New Orleans. Rockets leading by 12. Harden outside. The pass to Westbrook. Shoots a three. And another three for Houston.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Holiday surveying the floor. Outside, Redick. Back to Holiday. Here's Williamson. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 3 assists now in this one.
I tell you what, guys, there's not much more he can do. I mean, he's been on fire, yet they still trail in this game.
Now here's Harden. Playing Dallas, he was nearly unstoppable. And the shot goes in.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Offensive rebound. Here's Holiday, and Capella sends it back.
Over a 7'4" wingspan for Clint Capella. That's long, folks, and makes him an intimidating shot blocker.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And New Orleans gets called for the foul.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch it on you.
Gordon's checked in for the Rockets. Both free throws good from Westbrook. Pelicans trail by 17. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul. And so here is New Orleans. Ball with it. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Pass to Hart. 6 on the shot clock. This one for 3, and another 3 for New Orleans.
Boy, Hart is one of those guys you look at and you can just see the team is first with him. Never hesitates to find the open guy.
Harden the pass to House. Gordon against Redick. And it's Gordon penetrating. The kick out to Westbrook. Houston gets it back. Pass to Harden. Launches a 3. The Rockets with a new 14. Another miss by Houston.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Now, here's Ball. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Redick and Capella sends it back. An even 3-on-3 break. Westbrook kicks to Harden. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Here's Melly. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Redick against Harden. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
Very dangerous from outside the arc as he's been throughout his career. All Redick needs is a little separation, and he's golden.
Westbrook passes to Gordon. They get it again, and it's put back up and in by Capella.
Tell you what, he's 3 of 4 now. Looks like his game's on offensively.
Redick against Harden. Over Harden. Redick can't get that one to fall. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. 13-point lead. He tries for three. That one's not going to go. New Orleans has gone 3 of 3 from deep. 9 points rung up from outside here in the first. Here's Hart, defended by Gordon. And here's Hayes. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. They get a hand on it. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Tyson Chandler is checked in for the Rockets. And New Orleans also making a change. Okafor is checked in for Hayes. Westbrook wide open. He fires. That three off the mark. Last game for Houston, they picked up the win against Dallas.
They shot the lights out from deep. Really stretched out the defense in that one.
There's all kind of talk in the game today about stretching the floor, because when you do that, everything else just becomes a little easier.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Russell Westbrook has been leading the charge for Houston. He delivered 9 points from three-point range that quarter. Terrific work from distance. Right back after this break. Russell Westbrook has surly disposition on the court, but he talks about the power of positivity with his teammates.
Throughout the years, I've been trying to find ways to be a better leader. Leadership was a huge thing, and I felt the way I reacted to certain plays and my facial expressions and my demeanor can change a lot for a teammate.
Or you can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around them.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, guys. Without those second chance points, this game would have had a much different feel to it.
Rivers and Gordon make the backcourt. Then it's Thabo Sefolosha, and it's Chandler, and it's House, and at the four-man position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. Here's Hart. An 11-point game for him in the win against Memphis.
And how about the job he did rebounding as well, guys? I mean, just a dominant performance on the glass.
You know, getting inside and doing damage there really elevates Hart's game, and I'd like to see him be that kind of all-around threat.
Now here's Rivers. 9 points last game. Outside Gordon. Shot clock at 5. 11 feet away. Count it. And the Rockets lead by 8.
And Gordon's so efficient as a scorer, especially from the mid-range where he's almost automatic.
Ball dishes to Redick. New Orleans moving it around. Melly passes the ball over Rivers. Ball no good.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Shoots the 3. That shot is off. And New Orleans will come the other way. Their last encounter was in New Orleans.
In the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
Very satisfying performance, Greg, and one they'll look to repeat tonight. I mean, they ended up winning it going away.
Here's Gordon, following the basket by Lonzo Ball. And it's Gordon missing. Pelicans trail by 6. Redick surveying the D. Passes it to Okafor. Elbow shot. Again, the Pelicans score.
And, you know, the offensive mindset of Okafor, never afraid to expand his range and work on that mid-range jumper, too.
Inside, here's Gordon. Rebounded by Hart.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. Those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. Some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you. Chandler with the defensive effort. Rockets leading by 6. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. And there's the pass to Cephalosha. A three-pointer, no good. New Orleans has gotten off 4 shots from three-point range tonight and buried every one of them. Ball dishes to Reddick. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And for all the drama surrounding Lonzo Ball's entrance into the NBA, one thing is for certain, he can play.
And Lonzo will always have the media attention, but the fact is he is a very talented player. His playmaking and passing was as elite as advertised from day one, starting to find his spots on how he can score for himself. But everything else with his game is what you'd want from an elite point guard.
That's good from Ball. And Clark, throughout your NBA career, you always wore number 33. How'd you end up picking that number?
Well, it goes back to my idolization of Lou Alcindor at the time, who is now known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was the first big, graceful guy I saw do a little bit of everything in his days at UCLA, and digested all kinds of books and stories about him, and just really admired his work on and off the court. Because he wore 33, I chose 33.
Now here's Rivers. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Holiday, the pass to Favors. The shot missing. So Houston will take it the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand, but they recover it. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Rockets have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good for McLemore. And McLemore drops them both.
Well, you know, for so long, Mike D'Antoni has been a vanguard on NBA offense. His teams have always played great offense, moving, spacing, dynamic players. Defense has not been at the level of offense, but I think he's actually improved as a coach in that area as well.
Rockets leading by 6. Pass to Tucker. It's Rivers on the wing. He kicks to McLemore. Over Holiday. Another miss by Houston. And Clark, part of it for D'Antoni is that he is delegating defensive duty.
Yeah, and I like that, Kevin. He's made sure to have a defensive coordinator on his staff, delegating that role and responsibility. He thinks and knows that his team is better off that way.
And here are the Rockets now, following the score by New Orleans. McLemore dishes to Rivers. Here's the three. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Here's Holiday. Tries again. Chandler with the block.
And how about the basketball IQ of Chandler? Just knows exactly when to sky and commit to blocking shots.
Now here's Rivers. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Ball.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
Chandler kicks to McLemore. Pass to Rivers. From deep. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Favors has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Now, here's Ball. 16 points for him. Chandler with the block. That's good. The Houston lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Favors. And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for Houston. Now McLemore. He had 13 points in the win against Dallas. Pass to Rivers. Houston needs to get a shot. Another miss by Houston.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
You know, that's a trademark of his defense. Quick to react, close down the shooter, and then affect the shot.
Now here's McLemore. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Cephalosha passes to Rivers. And here's Tucker. Launches it. Drains the three-pointer. And the Rockets lead by 4.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
Ball kicks to Ingram. Outside Holiday. Over McLemore. Here's Okafor. And Chandler sends it back. Poked away. The pass to Rivers. Now, here's Tucker. He's covered by Favors. Tucker with the ball. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. That's good. The Houston lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Drew Holiday.
Ball, such a terrific passer. He seems to have a sixth sense. Nice feel, which is hard to teach.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Clark, a big part of your game was rebounding. You controlled the glass so well. What's one thing you would tell young viewers if they wanted to improve their rebounding?
You know, I'm a little bit out of the norm here, but the biggest thing to me for rebounding is pursuing the ball. Boxing out is important, but pursuing the ball and good timing are the most important elements of rebounding. And that's what I would have players focus on. Pursue the ball.
For the Rockets, Clint Capella, he's checked in for Chandler. James Harden comes in for Cephalosha. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Rivers. New Orleans also making some changes. Hayes comes in for Okafor. And Williamson subbed in for Derek Favors. Now, here's Westbrook. A 32-point game for him in the win against Dallas.
And his passing also off the charts in that game. In just about every aspect of their offense, he was dialed in.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
And one look at the box score will confirm that. I don't think you really can say enough about the work he's put in and the massive strides he's made in his free throw shooting, guys. I mean, his numbers are way up this year.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
Now, here's Ball. 16 points for him. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And it's the Rockets with the ball. Rockets leading by 5. Outside Westbrook. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. 3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. He's perfect from the line this time. Pelicans trail by 7. Outside Holiday. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And the dunk by Williamson.
That's scary. Already a great shot maker. Williamson still has plenty of room to grow in that area.
And here are the Rockets. Here's Westbrook. He's got 22. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It goes on Brandon Ingram.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Rockets haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
Hart, he's checked in for the Pelicans. That free throw good for McLemore.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Now here is Holiday. He's got 11. Puts it up from 12. And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. Now here's Williamson. Guarded closer. 5 to shoot. Floats one. Rejected by Westbrook. McLemore dishes to Westbrook. He's made all 5 of his attempts at the line so far.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. The Rockets making a switch here. House is checked in. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Pelicans trail by 9. Hart the pass to Holiday. Floats one up. And here comes House, leading the fast break. There's Westbrook. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. Westbrook's got 8 points in the quarter.
he has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
That one drops for him. And that's 13 points for Drew Holiday.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Yeah, I mean, test the hot hand. You're exactly right. I say let those triples fly. Boy, he's really been on a roll this quarter. Seems like everything he throws up is finding bottom.
There's 48 seconds left now here in the second. Here's Hart. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on James Harden.
You know, Hart helped Villanova win its second championship in school history. He was instrumental in that great championship run the Wildcats had back in 2016.
The Pelicans have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. No good on that one. And 4 years at Villanova for Josh Hart. Won the title back in 2016.
He just makes winning plays, hits perimeter shots, and the 30th pick in 2017, he has been solid.
Eric Gordon, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And the Pelicans making a change here as well. Redick is checked in. And he sinks the second.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And Holiday has it in the corner. Rebound by House. And here's Westbrook. Lob pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
He's a high percentage scorer for a reason now. Capella, an alley-oop specialist.
And so it's the Houston Rockets up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Tyson. How have you controlled the tempo in the game in the first half?
I think the way we came out defensively, we locked into their sets. We're taking them out of what they want to accomplish. Because of that, we're able to make some shots on the other end.
Tyson, thanks. We'll see you in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Boy, a lot of energy in this arena tonight. The hometown fans getting after it. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaquille O'Neal's here. So is Kenny the Jet Smith. There was no stopping Russell Westbrook in the first half. He had 27 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 block. Coming off a great game last time out, he's turning it up a notch already here tonight. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets?
Well, we know Westbrook's going to be aggressive, attack off the dribble. But when he plays under control, like he has tonight, that's when this game goes to another level.
Kenny, let's get your opinion on New Orleans.
Well, it's good to be physical, but there's a line that you don't want to cross. You can't constantly give up free throw chances by fouling guys too aggressively. You have to get back in this game by staying poised, smart, and avoid fouling.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on them from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
And after a very lopsided first half, We'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. So the Pelican 5 right now. Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. And it's Favors in at the center position. Now here is Holiday. 6 to shoot. Pass to Ingram from the arc. Second shot opportunity. That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Williamson.
And Williamson doesn't let up consistently in attack mode. Love his rabid intensity on the backboard.
And Westbrook gets it to go.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fin guys.
The power on that throwdown.
And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
Holiday finds ball. Here is Favors, guarded by Harden. Holiday against Westbrook. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Capella.
On the boards, he's been a much bigger presence these last few years than he had been prior. And he can be counted on now to make an impact with his rebounding. And that's a product of all the work he's put in down low.
That free throw missing.
Well, I tell you, it's a treat watching Harden play. I mean, he's so fluid in his shooting form, but he's also sensational driving inside and a capable passer as well. This guy's got it all.
He hits the second from the line. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of his game.
McLemore, Favors with the rebound. Favors has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Here's Williamson. That one misses. Great D that time from Westbrook. And there's the call on Zion Williamson. That'll be his second foul of the game. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Ball against Westbrook.
Hey, it's hard to teach reach. Ball has a nice extension to him and superb at being able to challenge shooters because of it.
Well, you talk about athletic families. Both of Drew Holiday's parents played Division I college basketball. 2 brothers also in the NBA. His sister played at UCLA. Oh, and by the way, his wife is a gold medal winning soccer player. That is tough to beat.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. And Drew Holiday, one of the 3 brothers playing in the NBA at the same time. Greg, how often do you see that?
I mean, we had the Plumleys for a while there, but the Holidays, probably the most notable example. Aaron, Drew, and Justin, a basketball dynasty in one generation.
And he can't hit the second.
definitely has the respect of the locker room. Holiday is someone that players enjoy playing with.
Now here's McLemore. He's covered by Ball. Right side, Westbrook. Kept alive. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Boy, Capella is a real force inside. I mean, when he gets this close, you pretty much have to foul him.
And with Clint Capella, it's easy to see what an important piece of this team he is.
Yeah, it really is, guys, because when he's off the floor, there's a clear difference in how his team plays. I mean, he fits in so well and gives the Rockets exactly what they need, finishing at the rim out of pick and rolls, and then a terrific rim protector as well.
First free throw is good.
And a boon it was for the Rockets to be able to keep Clint Capella. A great fit with the team and gives them exactly what they need on the interior.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. And Greg Capella, who was taken near the end of the first round back in 2014 in the draft, has developed well during his time with Houston.
And Capella's game has really taken off in the last few seasons. He looks to be a double-double machine for this team for the next handful of years, and that is exactly what they need.
The Pelicans have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
And, guys, that allows their opponents to play very aggressive defense if they choose to, knowing it's not a bad thing to send them to the foul line.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
And how much fun is it to watch this kid? I call Zion Williamson a kid, even though he goes about 280, and he has a certain composure that really belies his years.
That one misses. And with Williamson, it's not just the obvious stuff that impresses you, Greg. It's the little things as well, the attention to detail.
You know, Kevin, one thing that stands out to me, every time I see this young man, the eye-hand coordination, whether it's on steals, deflections, block shots, he always seems to pick it cleanly.
Westbrook dishes to Capella. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. For 3, Westbrook. Another shot. Goes up again. Oh, that's blocked.
And when Zion blocks it, you feel it. He's got this kind of power behind these swats.
And finished off by Williamson.
Well, what a dunk artist this guy is. Whenever Williamson takes flight, you're just expecting to see something special.
Now here's Harden. He's got 14. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Well, that might be fair, Greg, but I wouldn't want to take away from what he did in that last game. I mean, let's just say it's a pretty nice run he's on, no matter how you decide to frame it up.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for the Rockets. Rivers comes in for Russell Westbrook. Here's Williamson. 23 points in the game. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Holiday's got 4 points in the quarter. And it's Harden with the ball for Houston. 17 points was their biggest margin. Pass to Sefolosha. Over to the left wing. Ingram comes with the double team. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And so it's Houston with it. And Tucker kicks to Rivers. Clock at 6 from deep Harden. Here's Capella. Pelicans pull it in. Ingram's got 4 rebounds in this game. Outside Holiday. And another 3 for New Orleans.
Right now, the defense needs to do a better job of closing out on this guy. He's heating up from outside.
Lob pass to Capella. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Williamson, the pass to Holiday. And that one, good. Holiday's got 22 points.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Rivers kicks to Sefolosha. Passes it to Capella. And just miss after miss right now. New Orleans has gone 2 of 3 when they've ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. And here's the fast break. Sefolosha leading the way. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And now let's bring up the 2K leaderboard so we can see and check out some of the most feared defenders in the league. The steal leaders among shooting guards. Second, Drew Holiday. James Harden, third.
And this is a very intense group. I mean, those steals don't come by accident. I mean, they've gotten them through the effort, and they're willing to expend that kind of energy on that aspect of the game.
Well, the most active hands in the league, I think, belong to those fellas right there. I mean, that is one pesky bunch of pickpockets.
So for the Rockets, Chandler comes in for P.J. Tucker, and Daniel House subbed in for Thabo Sefolosha. The Pelicans also changing it up. Okafor is checked in for Williamson, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for Ball. So he comes up empty, missing both.
You know, he was born in Switzerland, guys. Clint Capella's had quite the journey to NBA stardom. I mean, started his pro career in France, and he was a late first-round pick in 2014.
For New Orleans, they have made 7 free throws and missed 3 in this game. Gordon's checked in for Clint Capella.
One shot.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Now a timeout called by Houston.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. Taking a look at Houston. They're in the middle at 5th in the conference, looking to build in the wins as the season goes on. And, of course, New Orleans. Not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
Yeah, right now, though, the Rockets, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
You know, I thought maybe they'd have it in them to actually join those leaders this season. But you're right, it's still nice work considering where they are. Boy, that's finishing the defense there. He made a good effort on that possession defensively and then closed it out with the rebound.
Holiday gets the bucket.
And you've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Extremely impressive was the rally they made. I mean, we'll see how much their comeback might have taken out of them, and we'll see if they can keep that foot on the pedal now.
Here's Holiday. The Rockets making the shot. Okafor, the pass to Reddick. And it's blocked. Rivers in the corner. There's the three. Okafor grabs the miss. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for New Orleans. It's a one-point game. They get the rebound. Ingram. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Now, here's Reddick after Eric Gordon's miss. There's the pass to Okafor. And here's Holiday. He's guarded by Chandler. 14 feet away. Holiday gets the bucket. Holiday's got the lead up to 5 now for the Pelicans.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
The shot, no good. The Rockets go the other way with it. Gordon, the pass to Harden. Good! Harden's got 18 points.
Boy, so crafty a player is James Harden. I mean, when he gets inside, he finds all kinds of ways and manner in which to score.
Now, here is Holiday. He has 29.
And a moment here to check out the numbers for Harden. Tops in scoring, 9th in steals, and his playmaking ability, unquestioned, one of the top 15 assist men in our league.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. Number 1 overall right now.
Take a break.
No one's been able to slow him down or even come close. That free throw good from Holiday. Houston making some changes. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Chandler. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Rivers. Hayes, he's checked in for New Orleans. Josh Hart comes in for Ingram. All free throws good from Drew Holiday.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Harden against Reddick. Harden's shot is off.
One made three for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
And Holiday kicks to Reddick. Back to Holiday. Jacks up a three. Rockets with the rebound. Capella's got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. Here's House. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got his 4th assist in this one.
That's platinum level dime dropping right there by Harden. Such a smart passer. Gets us to his teammates on time and on target.
Double team on Holiday. Pass to Hayes. Dishes it to Reddick. Pass to Hart. From deep three-point range, it's rebounded by Houston.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
And so here is New Orleans after Eric Gordon hit the three. Hart pitch to Holiday. Double team on Holiday. Got a piece of it. Redick against Harden to the paint. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Rockets.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
New Orleans making a switch here. Favors is checked in. Pelicans trail by 3. Now Holiday, he's got 31. 1:57 left here in the third quarter. Here's Hart. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
Well, with this break in the action, let's see which players have had the hot hand lately. Here are the top scorers in the past month. Russell Westbrook, 3rd.
What a performance offensively. Something has really clicked with his game over this stretch.
Holiday against Westbrook. Passes it to Hart. 1:21 left to play in the third. With some arc, and he sinks the layup. Hart's got 5.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Now, here is Harden. He's guarded closely. Pulls in another board.
Rebound after rebound after rebound.
Oh, GA, he is crashing the glass with energy. I love it. The shot by Redick, no good. Now the Rockets with it. They're on a 13-4 run right now. To the middle, House. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. House has got 7 points here in this quarter.
Good to see Gordon being unselfish. Excellent floor awareness and great at finding his guys in their spots.
Outside Holiday. With the floater. A second chance effort. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. 17 points was their biggest margin. House dishes to Gordon. Now, here is Harden with 4 seconds on the clock. They get it back. And the rejection by Favors.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
free throw drops for House. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. And so it's Houston heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll return shortly. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Alvin Gentry.
We have to be solid in what we're doing. As long as we're solid, we'll be fine. And do me a favor, just relax and play, okay? Relax and play. We're a good team. If we play the way we're supposed to, we can play with anybody.
Well, Alvin is showing confidence for his guys right there, Greg. Want them to ease up a bit.
I mean, sometimes guys just need to hear that. He's terrific at realizing when to calm his guys down and get them focused.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. So on the floor for Houston, they've got Clint Capella, Russell Westbrook out there with Gordon. Then it's Ben McLemore. And it's House in at the 4. The shot's good from Westbrook.
Man, you got to admire how easily Westbrook takes over games. I mean, an offensive juggernaut who is tenacious when it comes to scoring.
Now, here's Ball. Now the pass to Favors. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hart the pass to Favors. Shoots over Capella. It's good. And the Rocket lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Favors. And so Westbrook will bring it up for the Rockets. He dishes it to Capella. Over Ball. Off the left rim and out. New Orleans has gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Rockets leading by 7. It's Westbrook with the drive. And yes, it's good. Westbrook's got 33 points.
Well, he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see why his teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
Ball with it. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
And Ball has so much confidence on this floater in addition to a nice touch with it, so that makes it really hard to deal with.
Now here's Westbrook. Pelicans with the rebound. Favors got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Redick passes to Hayes. And Favors kicks to Redick. And it's off from three-point range.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contribution.
Count it.
And, you know, Westbrook is fearless. Likes getting deep inside and finishing around the rim and plays in attack mode all the time.
Ball against Westbrook. Now, here's Ball. D right on him. Here's Redick. Here's Favors. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Favors got 4 points this quarter.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
And Westbrook gets it to go.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Pelicans trail by 10. Teardrop shot, and Ball puts it in. Ball's got 20 points.
And I tell you what, Ball has excellent speed. He's got good size, and his savvy shows up right there because he's cutting right into the heart of the defense at just the right time.
Now here's McLemore. Back to Westbrook, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. A moment to check out who the New Orleans Pelicans have coming up. On Tuesday, they'll take on Chris Middleton and the Milwaukee Bucks. And then on Thursday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Chicago against the Bulls.
And that game against the Pacers, that's where you have got to bring your A game, especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
And that one's good by Favors.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And Westbrook gets it to go.
You know, they're looking good, really good right now because of him. He sees this game by the throat, and he's squeezing hard.
A floater. Great D that time from Westbrook.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Russell Westbrook really making a difference here.
And, you know, Kevin, he's on another level right now. Knocking down threes left and right. The defense isn't doing their job, and I think they got to talk about it quickly.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Houston. And then for New Orleans, Williamson comes in for Hayes. And it's Brandon Ingram in for Hart. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, look, here's what Alvin Gentry told his team during the break. He is not pleased, and he told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move, or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
Redick with the bucket.
Only the one made basket in the fourth. He hasn't provided them with a whole lot offensively.
Westbrook passes to Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Boy, Capella's so special. Great strength, good focus, especially when he's being defended like that. That's good work there.
Now here's Williamson. Ingram attacking. Shoots over Tucker. It's good. And the Rocket lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Ingram.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Here's McLemore. Shoots over Redick. McLemore, no good.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
And then Favors with the dunk. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 13 rebounds.
Yeah, you know, you look at Ingram, and it's not all about scoring with him. He shows he shares the ball as well.
Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. And the dunk by Capella.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Now, here's Ball. Pass to Redick. Here's Ball. At the top of the key, Favors. And here is Ball. It's hauled in by Clint Capella.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
McLemore, a good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And now a 10-point Rocket lead.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Right side, Redick shoots it. No good that time. And the Rockets take it the other way. 17 points was their biggest margin. There's McLemore. Some solid defense from Ingram.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
And what you love about Williamson, he's not just magnetic and entertaining, he's extremely productive.
Timeout called, the Rockets.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. Lob pass to Capella. Derek Favors with the rebound. Favors has got 15 rebounds here tonight. Ingram kicks the ball. The dish now to Holiday. Out to Ingram. Fires from deep. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got his 5th assist in this one. Westbrook feeling it out a bit. Pass to Harden. Three-pointer. Favors with the rebound.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the three ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against it.
And guys, I like what they're doing here in the second half. Getting a lot of production in the paint and still trailing, but starting to show some grit down low.
And the Rockets making a change here. McLemore's checked in. On the free throw, no good.
Always got to keep an eye on the ball. No pun intended. He's a guy that can do a little bit of everything. A triple-double threat every game.
And that one's good. Westbrook.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Now here is Holiday. Here's Williamson. A beautiful reverse layup. Williamson's got 27 points.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And missing opportunities here to extend that lead at the free throw line this half.
Free throw good, James Harden. Harden hits them both. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for New Orleans. Ingram outside. Favors trying to break free. Count it, and the foul. It's on Ben McLemore.
And, you know, after playing a year at Duke, Ingram is used to providing big baskets for his team. I mean, a dominating performer who comes up big in an effortless way in these moments.
One shot.
You know, his teammates calling him the slender man. Brandon Ingram, not much more than 200 lbs, but adding strength has been a focus.
Now here's Harden, trying to find Capella, gets it to him.
So good to see the role players stepping up in big moments. That's a big basket for Clint Capella.
Pelicans trail by 4. Now Ball. Ingram outside. Here's Holiday, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on James Harden. And with Brandon Ingram and his size, he could benefit from adding a few pounds.
Well, you know, his teammates call him Tiny Dog. Dog because of his determination. That's a positive thing. The tiny part in reference to his slight frame. Time to bulk it up, young fella. Weight room.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one.
And they're having a lot of trouble at the line today. And unfortunately, it's the kind of day we've seen this team have a lot.
And he's good on the second. Rockets leading by 3. Westbrook passes to McLemore. Now here's Westbrook. Back to McLemore. Shot clock at 6. No one near him. And Houston again with the bucket.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to it?
And no let up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
Here's Holiday, following the basket by Russell Westbrook, and a slam dunk by Favors.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
Now here's Harden. And the jam by Harden.
How good is that? Harden commanding the ball in these moments. Loves stepping up at crucial times.
Holiday against Harden. Right side Holiday. And no good that time. Good D by Harden. Rockets leading by 5. Banked in off the glass. Harden's got 16 points here in the second half.
Surgical precision from Harden, demonstrating his sick handles one more time.
Holiday against Harden. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And the dunk by Williamson.
Look at this young man come through in the clutch. Zion appearing more than ready to deliver.
Now here's Harden. Lob pass to Capella. And stolen by Favors. Here's Holiday. It counts. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Harden kicks to McLemore. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. And the Rockets lead by 6.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They're down by 6. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth. We've got 28 seconds left in the game.
Ingram not getting overtaken by the height of the moment. Nailing the shot in the face of the defense because his poise and composure is top level.
This may be their most important possession.
No doubt about it. As long as they don't make any major mistakes, this one's in the bag.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
And he just garnered a little bit more insurance there. Very confident that he's able to go up and knock those down.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
There's still a sliver of hope.
Yeah, but they've got to score and then foul immediately.
Ball finds Holiday. Ingram outside. Count it! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Ingram really graceful with the catch and shoot jumper. His lightning quick release allows him to get off his shot in no time.
Had to foul and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making it.
Yeah, and luckily they've got terrific depth at that position. If there's one spot on the floor where they can afford to lose somebody, that would probably be it.
It's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
I think it's a wrap. When the game's on the line, he knows how to deliver the crushing blow.
Pass the ball. Beyond the arc. So we see the Rockets get the win here. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Russell, when do you know when to attack and when to lay off, and when to pass and when to shoot?
I never know, man. I just see how the flow of the game is going. I try to stay in attack mode. That's what my team wants me to do, and I try to continue to do it.
Well, you're on your A game tonight, Russell. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time